I want to tell you about some work that we do that I don't talk a lot about, but I probably should because it's the funnest thing I think that we do. We talk about process mapping so we can visualize workflows and find bottlenecks and pain. But for the last 20 years, I've spent a lot of time doing exactly what you're about ready to see on screen. Process mapping is a really big, important part of invisible processes, or really a good way to understand the workflow. But there's also the way work moves inside the business and around the business. I'm going to give you a couple examples here. Now, these examples are very visual because it's easier to see them visually in this way. But please don't think this is just in relationship to construction and these kind of things. It is not. We've done this in call centers, we've done it in hospitals, we've done it in doctors' offices. Thinking about the flow of work, metal fabrication shops, warehouses, indoors, all those kind of things. Thinking about how the flow of the business happens. So we use drones. We use high definition drones to get in there and remotely be able to look at the work, be able to identify what's happening. And then we work with those teams using three-dimensional models of those to each week get on the phone and talk about it. Hey, look, I noticed there's a bunch of crap back in here. What is this? Do we need that? Oh, that's this. We also do an analysis of what items are getting picked and loaded on the trucks, or where people are going the most often, what machines they use, or what copier they use, and then figure out how to move those things to the most optimal positions so that we can get the most work done the most effectively. Now, when it comes to outdoors, when you're moving things around or in warehouses, that also means significantly less damage, less forklift hours, less forklift drivers, easier pick times. All of these things come by using a model like this. Let me show you a couple of different examples here. Here's another one. This is a pretty big, about maybe a 6 or 7 acre lot. Trucks and cars are moving in regularly. We want to look at the workflows. How do we do it? Well, the easiest way to do it is to bring that into a three-dimensional model, start to have conversations, and literally get on the phone each week and say, hey, look, can we move some of this stuff around? And then we can send a drone out there each quarter. What we regularly do in these projects is it's usually a couple of months. 1 month where we scan and we analyze data. Number 2, where we make suggestions and work with people to figure out the optimal routes, understand their workflows. Number 3, they start to make some changes. And then usually, or towards the end of that third or into the 4th month, we're doing a flyover again. Now we establish the baseline. Then every quarter, we do it again. Flyover, grab the information, jump on a call with everybody. Hey, why are these pallets out here? I thought we decided we weren't going to put any pallets out there. There's also a step in between there where many times we'll get a paving company to come in and put in the lines to help people understand where to go. I have examples of this in other case studies where we've literally put the lines in on the ground so that people know where to go. You need to stand inside the purple circle while you're in will call. What's the purple circle? When they walk outside, there's a purple circle on the ground. When they come in the gate, there's signs painted on the ground telling them where to go. Will call is this way. Trucks load over here. Moving things around. Here's a great example. Look at this. This is in just a couple of months. This is actually in about 60 days. Yeah, 60 days this was. This is what the lot looked like at the beginning. That's what it looked like in the end. We had aged inventory. We were able to move that to other locations. We were able to liquidate some of that. Let's be honest. There's always piles of junk that get in your warehouse or your supply closet or wherever it is. We just work with the team. We're literally on the phone every single week with that team, talking about it, working it through, understanding the workflow, understanding how things go. Where do cars come in? Where are the forklifts placed? Where do you go first? Where do you go second? Can you cut through this warehouse to get over to here quicker? Just really working through that workflow and understanding what it is. It's a lot of fun. And the employees actually like it too, because they understand what we're doing. We're actually trying to help them get more work done more effectively so that they can focus on things that really matter to them. Many times we'll find there's a lot of trash around and a lot of things that didn't get cleaned up. A lot of times that has to do with the fact that they just didn't have the time to do it. So I know I'm talking a lot about warehouse and manufacturing and construction and those kind of things. The same thing applies inside your office, making sure the workflow is optimal so that people don't have to walk as much. Many people know the case study I talk about at Vistage, company 6.5 miles a day, the average employee walked on a daily basis. We've reduced that by 49%, the amount of time people spent walking around the office every day. I don't know what your half mile time is or your mile time is, but you can add it up really quickly. If you have hundreds of people walking thousands of miles a day at work, that's not efficient. It's not effective. It's not the best use of their time. So finding those bottlenecks and fixing those. We use spaghetti diagrams. We have a number of different methods that we use, but it's a lot of fun. And it's cool because it brings the cost down because I can work remotely and I have my teams work and do this analysis work remotely. Then we just jump on a Zoom call each week with that 3D model. Everybody sees it. We give out some assignments. Hey, can we move these things around? Can we do these? And bam, we're off to the races. If you have an interest in doing this type of work, reach out to me, Derrick, Derrick at The Process Fixer. It is something that we are really getting some increased demand for 2026. I think some manufacturers, some construction companies understand with tariffs, more things are coming here to the United States. I don't want to buy more land to put more junk. I want to fix what I have. And that's the same as the case in your office, in your doctor's office, in your warehouse, in your manufacturing facility, in your construction site. Call us today. We can help you with these types of projects.